Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britta Albert. If this is your first time here, I am a transformational life coach, and my goal for this channel is to build you up and empower you to overcome the obstacles that are keeping you from living your best, most authentic life. I post every Monday and Friday. That way you can start out and end your week with an uplifting word, something encouraging, motivational, and help you overcome your obstacles. And I want to go ahead and give a shout out from my last video, which was about triggers. This is from Cant Have It, and she says, triggers are the elixir of life. They must be differentiated from negative behavioral habits. Being in touch with triggers from the collective mind are what some call intuition, and this ability to draw these ideas in our enhanced meditation. Great video, dear Britta. Your topics of discussion are essential to personal growth. Very well chosen. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who comments. If you want your comment to be read, just comment on each video. Every video I'm going to pick my favorite comment from the previous video and read it out loud. And as you can see, I love the ones that go a little bit deeper. That really helps us to build this community, helps me get to know you a bit better as well. Today we are going to be talking about the trigger of money, particularly our feelings around money, and more specifically, negative feelings around money. These are agreements that we have made since childhood, growing up into our adult lives, and they do not serve us. When you look at money and one of your first thoughts is that you don't have enough of it, all you are doing is perpetuating that. And every time we become more desperate for something, it feels like it's further and further from our reach. When you look at your bank account, if you have a feeling of fear or dread when you open up that app, or if you look at it on the computer, you do not have a good relationship with money. If that is something that stresses you out, which I know a lot of people do, this is something that is huge burden on marriages, probably one of the biggest stressors. When you think that you don't have enough, you will never have enough. You want to think in thoughts of abundance. I am a magnet to money. Money cannot help but be attracted to me. Every time that I find a penny or a dime or quarter or something like that on the ground, I pick it up. And when I pick it up, I hold it in my hand. And I thank the universe. I say, I am so abundant. I literally find money laying on the ground. These are the thoughts that are going to increase that flow. Everything in life is energy, and money is no different. And your relationship with it is going to determine how much it appears in your life. Another thought that we have about money is that you can't have it. I can't have it. I can't get enough of it. I can't make as much as I want to make. Why? You are the only one that is holding you back and keeping that agreement in yourself. What would happen if you made a different agreement in your own mind and you said, I can have it. I can get that promotion. I can do what it takes to go ahead and get more education, to increase this skill, to go and try a different field or a different opportunity to move somewhere. But you are no longer allowed to say, I can't. Replace that with, I am not willing to. And if you're not willing to, that's fine. That's your choice. There's no judgment with that. Try this on for size. Next time you feel like you want to say, I can't. Regardless of, I will. Regardless of my lack of education, I will find a way. Regardless of my lack of skill, I will make this happen. Regardless of where I come from, I will be a success. How does that feel? Say that out loud. Is that not empowering? Now, if you've never done this before, especially if you've never really given it time with affirmations and positive thinking, like, oh, well, this is frou-frou hippie stuff. Okay, that's fine. Go find some conversations where billionaires have been interviewed and see what their mindset is. Do they have a mindset of, I can't make the money that I want to make? Do they have a mindset of, I just don't have enough of it? Do they have a mindset of they can't do anything? Or do they have a mindset of, I will, regardless of blank, I will, or I will do what it takes to make this amount of money? Another thing that we have with a relationship with money, there's not enough of it to go around. The 1% of the world, they control all the flow of the money. And if I wasn't born with that silver spoon in my mouth, well, I'm just never gonna get my cut. Wow, that is hopeless. Money is abundant. There are so many ways that you can make money that have never existed before until now. Do you know that it barely costs anything, if even anything at all, to create a business right now? You could do this. You could create a YouTube channel. If you have a phone, you have ability to create YouTube videos. It is that simple. You don't have to be perfect at editing. You don't have to be perfect at taking thumbnails. All of those things, they are skills that are learned along the way. But if you have a phone, it costs you nothing to create a YouTube channel, and you could be building up your portfolio, honing your craft, honing your skill. You can start doing Instagram. You can even make money on Facebook now. You just have to do the work. There is little to no financial risk involved. So tell me how money is not abundant. Tell me how there is not enough to go around. You can manifest this. You are a creator. You create your abundance. Try it. If you're not willing to try it, you're not going to have it. Just point blank. If somebody's not willing to work, they're not going to get a paycheck. So what is it going to hurt for you to have a positive mindset, speak affirmations into yourself, and understand and believe and know and trust that there is an abundance of money just waiting for you? And lastly, this was one of the biggest things that I struggled with. And I didn't want to admit that I struggled with it, but that is that people who have money are bad. Now, do I truly believe that in my heart? No. But I will admit that it wasn't ingrained in us, but it was heavily implied. And a lot of times at church, I can't even tell you how many times, and I'm not bashing on church or anything like that, but there is a verse where it talks about a man who was rich, and it says that it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it would be for him to go to heaven, essentially, because he would have to would he be willing to let go of all of his riches? And he turned and walked away. And of course, this is heavily paraphrasing, but the idea is that somebody who is rich is that they didn't want to let go of their own control. And that's what that was, is that money was their control. They didn't want to let go of it. But the way that it was interpreted, and that I saw time and time again, was almost that people who had wealth, they are in these positions of power and they're over the poverty masses. They have all of the money of the world and they control the ebb and flow. That might be true to an extent, but it does not have to be your reality. Does it make those people evil? Does it make those people bad? And if you have money, what does that say about you? But guess what? Just as many people who are in poverty or in the middle class or upper class, they are good. They are loving. They give back to their communities in whatever way they're able to. You don't hear about them as much because what kind of news is that? You decide the kind of person that you are. The money that you have in your bank account does not decide that for you. And even what you do with that money does not decide that for you. Does it enable you to have the ability to give back more? Absolutely. And should you? Absolutely. That's what being a good member of society is. If you are doing a job that you're already helping people, even if you don't give back to the community monetarily, You're giving your energy. You're giving who you are to lift people up, to heal them on different forms. Don't you deserve to have financial peace and security? If you want to have nice things, have nice things. To have the ability to do that, what does that look like for you? Take a moment here and dream with me. What does your dream life look like if money was not an option? If you had all the money in the world and so much abundance that it didn't even matter that you had money anymore, what would your life look like? Where would you live? Would you be in a city? Would you be in the country? Would you be on a beach, in the mountains? What would your house look like? And who would be there with you? And imagine yourself waking up. The sun is shining in the windows. What kind of bed are you laying in? What do your comforters look and feel like as you pull them off of your body? What kind of floor do you step onto? Is it hardwood? Carpet? What are the colors in the room? Is it bright? What view is outside your windows? And how do you feel about life? Now, is money going to bring you all of this? Absolutely not. But it is a part of this life and a part of this world. And when you have financial peace and security, your energy is not spent stressing and worrying. Your energy can now be spent on helping, on bettering, on bringing beauty into this world. If you are artistic, you can take pictures, you can paint, you can draw, you can write beautiful stories, movies, books, podcasts. You can make videos. You can coach people. You can learn. You can assist people with their businesses. You can run a business that's going to bring smiles to people's faces. If you're into real estate, you can wake up refreshed, ready to go and give your all to every person you meet that day. When you make phone calls, people will hear it in your voice. Do you see what I'm saying? I know I'm rambling. But do you see how it's more than money? But money can bring you the ability to shift your energy on the things that actually matter. I think that it's been designed for us to have financial peace and security. But you do have to believe you can have it. And then you have to do what it takes without hurting people, without being desperate, without using people. Go for it. Another thing that really helped me is called medicinal dialogue. But I was curious to try it with money. And essentially what you do is you feel the emotion, call upon that emotion to come to the forefront of your mind. I was thinking, okay, my relationship with money. What is my relationship with money? How do I feel about money? And really being honest with myself and allowing that feeling to come forward, whether it be positive, negative, neutral. And then if you could put a gender to that emotion, to that feeling, would it be male or female? For mine, it was female. Think about what would the color of their hair be? What would the color of their eyes be if you were able to see that? The color of their skin. How tall are they? How old are they? And once you've got a clear picture, essentially you are creating a metaphor for your emotion. And being able to see it helps make it almost more real, to where you can have a conversation with it, to just picture it as a person. So when I got the idea of what money, my relationship with money looked like for me, then I tried to see what money was like emotionally and energetically. And I was really surprised, where I thought that money was going to be, don't laugh, but I felt like my idea of money was going to be this overweight, balding old guy in a suit, really grumpy, just kind of like Ebenezer Scrooge almost, is what I thought my perception of money was going to be. What it ended up being for me was somebody that actually looked very much like me. and she was vibrant, and she was full of joy, and she was kind. I said, "Money, what does my relationship with you need?" And she just reached out her hand and said, "Friendship." And that's all that I needed to shift my approach, is to realize that I just needed a friendship with money instead of this idea about money. In order to clear, cancel, and delete my mindset that I had previously about money, I apologized to that personification of money. I said, I took my idea of what you are from other people instead of actually meeting you and getting to know you myself. I'm sorry. And now I can say that I have a friendship with money. I encourage you to try that. It might sound silly if you've never done it before, and you will find that your mind is very, very, very powerful. You can create all kinds of things, and it really helps to get into the recesses of your mind to understand how you work, to overcome and to heal those past mindsets and agreements. So if you have not hit the notification button yet, go ahead and hit that now. If you have not hit subscribe, go ahead and hit that now as well, so that way you don't miss a single video. So on Friday, we will talk about change. Also, if you have not booked your free 60-minute definition session, I will include the link below. Go ahead and click on that link, and what you'll do is that will pull up my calendar so you can look and see what time best fits for your schedule. Schedule a session, I will give you a call, we will have a conversation. We're really gonna get clear on what your vision is for the future, get clear on what's standing in your way, and then we're going to set you up to get that first 90-day stretch goal so we can start overcoming those obstacles that have been in your way to living your most authentic life. This video up here, this is going to be what YouTube recommends for you based upon your search history. This right here, if you hit my face, that's going to be your subscribe button. I will see y'all on Friday.